Okay, so we got a little bit of lag there. Well, that's okay. Let's see, where's my chat? Alright, so hopefully the mic is working and you can hear me. I'm going to start playing through SoLoDELVE and set it up and start making quest 4 here. So the first thing I need to do is bring up my map. This is what I'll be playing on. And my Super Roller Mordor's panel. This is where all the action takes place. Okay. So this is Fantasy Grounds Core RPG, and I've built HeroQuest inside it basically. This program is meant to be text-based, so everything that you can access is supposed to be text. But I figured out a way to turn it into a visual interface, a picture, so I call it a control panel, and that makes it much easier to find what I'm looking for instantly and run large-scale games like this. And even though HeroQuest is quite simple, it still takes a bit of effort to get it to work. So I built the board. I'm a graphic designer. I design maps and tokens for a living, so it wasn't too difficult. I usually play on 2 screens, so this will be interesting. Might be able to get away with it like that. Okay, so it's completely random. I have no idea how the quest is going to play out, how hard it will be, and we'll just have to see together. So first thing I'm going to do is generate the stairwell, the start point. So if I zoom in on my map, I can see that this is room 19, and I won't be talking all the way through it. Unless someone has questions, I'm quite happy to answer them. But generally this is just me mucking around, having a fun time. Some downtime from what I usually do. Alright. So these are the types of assets you'll see me bring up. There's lots of them. So I am looking for the stairwell tile. Here it is. And we're going to pop that there against the south wall. Make that bigger. Rotate it a little. Okay. And there's one door in the west wall. Like so. Okay, so I'm going to need to keep this up. I'll try and make it as small as possible because it's going to get pretty crowded given how many things need to be on here. So if you've never seen Fantasy Grounds before, this is the core RPG version. It doesn't have as much automation, but it works well enough. If you play around with it, you can get it to make HeroQuest quite nicely. Alright, so these are our characters. And this is our combat tracker. Basically, before you put anything onto the map, you put it in the combat tracker, and then the combat tracker can keep track basically, of certain things like effects or turn order, things like that. You never just drag these straight onto the map, it won't work. So my characters had to wait until level 3 to get some of the good stuff, but now they're quite powerful. This is quest 4, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the encounter roll table to be a little bit harder. So there's going to be a slightly higher chance of an encounter happening. And this is to reflect the level creep. The player's getting too powerful and then being bored with the game, i.e. me. So now there's a 50-50 chance of an encounter versus a 25% chance. And I'm going to leave the encounters as they are. They're all fairly well balanced as much as I can see. If you're having any trouble hearing me, please just let me know in the chat and I'll speak up. Okay, so I'm going to put the barbarian here, wizard here, dwarf here, elf there. Get back to the barbarian. Okay. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to need this assets folder quite a bit, so see if I can tuck this away somewhere. That will have to do. Don't want to cover up the chat because I need to read that. Put more doors there. This is why you need 2 screens. It really is quite difficult to manage Fantasy Grounds with one. It's doable, but it's quite a crush. Anyway, actually I'm just going to move this over here. So I haven't streamed with one screen. Let's see how we go. So we can zoom that out, move it over a little, get some more real estate. Alright, so these little pins here, they all lead to either rollable tables, which randomly determine what I see, or templates, which give me a text description of what I see. So the barbarian is going to start his turn. He gets a 4, and that's not great. So instead of moving, he'll search for secret doors. Ah, okay. You find a secret door in the southwest wall. So that's the southwest, and that's where we are. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to put the southwest there. Actually, I'll put it here. So, oops, one click. Go through here. Here we go, and this is our secret door. And we'll put it there. Alright, interesting. Okay. So, Barbarian has had his turn. Now we're going to go to the wizard. And the wizard will search for traps. It's an empty room. No traps in this room. Okay. Alright, and to remind myself of that, I've just got this little green tick, which I place down. Remind myself that I've searched there. This is because later I take this quest and I build a map for others to use, and it's good for me to remember which monsters were in which rooms and whether they had traps or not. So, okay, the wizard will roll his turn. Okay, so you can see here in the chat that there was a pit trap and he lost 1 body point. So the only way this can work with traps is that I can't know where they are ahead of time, and using this program I can't randomly assign them to the map. So what I've done is I've built movement, I've built traps into the movement, which works in the way that if you move without searching for traps, it's assumed that you walked into one. But since I already searched for traps, and that's why the green tick is there to remind me, I know that that can be ignored. So there are a couple of idiosyncrasies, a couple of weird things that, because I'm not a coder, I've had to sort of mix around to make it work, but it still works fairly well. So the wizard gets an 8. I will get him to open the door. So I'm going to move this door away. I'll put it down here because okay, why aren't you moving? Right, okay. No. Maybe my mouse is about to go flat. That'd be typical, wouldn't it? Alright, so now we've opened the door. I'm going to get a new door, which is the empty door. Spin that around. Pop it down. Okay, so we want to see if there's a door here that the wizard can see. So while it is possible for me to roll the entire map, unfolding it bit by bit is actually the fun part, the playable part, where I have no idea what's going to happen. So we need to work out which wall this is. This is the west wall, so I'm going to go to this east-west roller, and I'm going to work out if the west door... Yes, okay, so there is a door in the west at the bottom, so we'll just drag this one back here and put it there. So yeah, I think the wizard will be able to see that. Okay, and then he's going to move one out the way. So I'm a fairly tactical player. I played HeroQuest a lot when I was 16, for years, and then I stopped until I was like 35. But mainly I don't get time to play anything, even using the maps that I make for a living, that I make for others to play on. So this is great. I've been able to build this and play around in my limited time. And thank you for watching with me. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, so the dwarf's turn, and I can move this movement roller here to this pin and just click on it like that. Alright, so 5 for the dwarf. That's pretty lame. Let's see what he can see. Okay, so as you can see, this long corridor has 6 rooms. Dwarf can see both ways, so I want to find out what he can see along the entire corridor. So I have a south hallway roller, and this will determine what he can see. Okay, interesting. Sometimes there's a lot and sometimes there's very little. So there's no stone blocks. You can see right along. And the 5th room has a door to the left. So Fifth room is this one. Drag out another door and put it on the left. So when it says left and right, that is always my left and right as the user. Okay, so this is my left and this is my right, so it goes there. I think the dwarf will search for secret secret doors along here. So let's give you a better look at more doors. Didn't really know what else to call it, so I just had to give it some name. So quite a fan of Lord of the Rings, so that seemed to fit. Alright, so we have a long corridor. No secret doors. Wow. That's a bit sad. Such a long corridor. So much potential. Okay. Alright. And I apologize for moving this around all the time. I will have to find a way to get around or organize the fact that I don't have as much room having two screens. I usually stretch this right across, and then I can move this onto a separate screen and have all these on the other side. But because I'm twitching, it's a little bit difficult. Alright, so the dwarf will end his turn there. The elf will roll his dice. Two. Wow, some really sad rolls today. So the dwarf can't actually get out of that room at all. So I'll just move him up. Alright. And that's, does that say round 70? Should be able to reset these rounds. There we go. We'll make it round 2. There we go. Alright, and that's also a good way to keep track of how long the game takes. But my last one took 70 rounds, obviously. Okay, Barbarian is going to roll 9. Alright, that's decent. Alright, 1, 2. Okay, so now we need to determine if there's a door here, because we've already determined doors here and here, and he can't see any of the other areas. So we need a north door roll, which is here. No. Okay, so no problem. Going to move 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this is what I call the corner. So you got two corners. You could have a door here, 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 and here. So this roller works that out. It also works out whether there's a stone block anywhere and where on the wall the doors are situated. Okay, so there's no stone blocks. A has a door. So if you look on more doors over here, you see the A, B, C, D, and E sort of go from left to right, top down. You have to spin that around mentally in your head. So this would be A, this would be B, C, D, and E. So A has a door, but that's where we already are, so that doesn't count. E has a door, yes, on the left, so there should be a door around here somewhere. So I'm going to add one. You hold down Control and I can make this as big as I like, or smaller, which is great, and Shift to rotate it, which is also great. But as you'll see, one of the things I did to speed up the game is build the furniture into the room tiles. Because tiles stack in this program, which means you might put down a floor and then you put down some furniture and then your character moves in. they all start to get jammed with one another, and then you'll accidentally pick up the floor and you won't be able to put it back under the characters, so you have to pull it all apart. So what I did is I built the furniture into the mats themselves, and then I just enlarged the mats as they come up, which makes it a lot easier. I still have some trouble with the doors, but you know, it's not a perfect system, but it works. Alright, I'm going to search for traps along here. So this is a single corridor. Go over to more doors here, find my single corridor, search for traps. No traps here. Good to know. Put another tick there, and I'll make it a bit smaller, so don't need it to be huge. Alright, still has some of his turn. Oh no, he doesn't. He searched for traps, so that's the end of his turn. Alright, the wizard, hoping for a better move, gets an 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so the wizard has turned the corner. So we're going to go back to our corner roller, and we're going to do the same thing. Alright, so for the purposes of this, the ABCDE is rotated again, so this is A, and it has a door in the center. Oops, sorry, that's my coffee. Like so. And you can see this ring indicates the squareness of the token, basically how much area it takes up, where you can pick it up from. So I always try to rotate the doors inward, so when the characters are standing here, I don't accidentally token stack and pick up the door instead of the character, and then when they open it, I tend to spin it around, so it kind of works. Oh wait, okay, I missed a piece of information there. So there is a stone block 3 squares in front of him. So 1, 2, 3. There is a stone block here. So let me just move that door for a minute. I'll go find the stone block. I'll put that in. There we go. So what doors can he see? B has a door, which is here. No. C has a door. We don't know yet. D has a door. Yes, the center. So this is D. So technically there are no doors he could see. And once we get over this side, we won't put these doors out. We'll re-roll to see if there's doors. That's how it works. Okay. So end his door searching for... End his turn, sorry, searching for traps. No, secret doors. So that's a short corridor. No, not traps. No secret doors in this corridor. Alright. Sometimes it's really quiet, and then the game just picks up. And sometimes it's quite surprising. I had 13 monsters after me in the last one, but that's because I moved around non-strategically and opened all the doors at once to try and reveal the map more quickly. I survived it though, which is amazing. Okay, searched for secret doors. I don't think I searched for traps along here, so I'm going to start the... Dwarf has 4 movement, which is pretty poor. And no secret doors. Traps on the long corridor. Let's have a look. No traps in this corridor. Okay. So I think when I get to quest 6, I will change the ratio of how many traps appear. It's pretty fair, but it can also be grueling at times. So I'm not sure how many tweaks to make at this stage. But the dwarf will move here and wait. He won't open that door just yet. Okay, elf. Alright, so we already know that these areas have been searched for traps, so the elf can ignore this one. That's partly why these are here. These green ticks are here to remind me of that. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what we can see along this corner. Go back to our roller. Nothing. You can see absolutely nothing. Alright, well, I will search for secret doors and traps then. It's all a bit suspicious, really, isn't it? There's no secret doors in this corridor. Alright, well, you can't fight fate, so barbarian. Let's see, roll. Four. They must be feeling quite tired today. Maybe worn out from the last quest. Alright, well, for something different, the barbarian is going to open this door. So we delete that token for now. Alright, and this is how our rooms work. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to work out how big this room is. 6 by 5. I'm going to type in 6 by 5. And it's going to bring me up all the 6 by 5 rooms that I have mapped out. And then I'm going to go to my more doors. And we're going to see which tile we get. Okay, so. Oh, alright. So we have room tile A, which is this one. Whoop. And for the purposes of this mapping, if for, say, some reason there's furniture blocking the character, I rotate clockwise until it fits. If it doesn't fit, I'll move the door 1 or 2 squares to the side, if that works. If that doesn't work, I assume that the doorway is blocked by the just by furniture, basically, so they can't go in. Just bad luck. But this, although this room has no extra doors, it does have an encounter. So now we're going to see the combat tracker come into play. So we have encounter 23. This is the combat tracker here. I'm going to go to my encounters. I'm going to find encounter 23. And let's see, we have a mummy, a skeleton, and a zombie. Oh dear, okay. So I'm going to grab this pin, this red pin, and I'm going to drag it into the combat tracker, and bang, it's going to automatically populate the tracker with these monsters. So one of the things I have been working on is where do you place the monsters in the room, and I built this little more specific doors table, and let's say we're on this. So each of these squares in the room is numbered, and then I have a roller here that will tell me where to place them in this room. So make this work. Drag this over here so I can see this. And let's see, so the first NPC is in square 26, which is right inside the door, and that is the mummy. And so this way it's fair. If you do, when I do develop this and do release it, when you play against other players, or even yourself, you have the ability to avoid bias. So it makes it more fair, because you don't know what's going to happen, and you're not in control of where the monsters go. So it works better that way. Now, for the purposes of this, any monster that's in this room gets put out straight away. It's too much to put them out one at a time. You could do it if you wanted to, but because I'm just playing around, I don't take it so seriously. Now, where was I? Let's see, square 20 is, well, right behind the mummy. That's the second skeleton. And then the fourth is in square 16, which is here. And that is the zombie. So that was just fantastic luck that they all rolled an empty square in a room filled with furniture. I love that. Okay, so we close that. And since the barbarian opened the door, he's going to attack the mummy. So we get rid of the more specific doors panel. And so the barbarian, if I scroll over him, you can see he has attack 4 and defense 5. He was given a battle axe by the elf. He also has, I believe, Boron's armor and a helmet. So he's pretty tanky. Let me see here. Yeah, so 4 combat dice in defense, and then the helmet gives him 5 defense. So it doesn't always work to his advantage, but sometimes it does. So down here I've got some hotkeys. That means you can drag these pins into here. Oop. Well, I don't know what's going on there, but generally, you can drag things down into these, and then you can bring them up. So here's my wandering monster table. I have a treasure deck, and this is cool. This uses a it's much like a real deck in that if you take a card out, you can mark that, and then when it re-rolls, it will just use the cards that are left. So your chances of getting good stuff decrease the more you search. And that was a really cool function added to the Fantasy Grounds extension options by a guy named Trenlo, and he's been in the Fantasy Grounds arena for a long time, makes some really awesome stuff. He's a really good guy. But that was perfect for HeroQuest, because that is one of the functions that I was trying to work out how to do. I wasn't sure how to do it, and then I saw that he had this really cool card deck memorizer, I guess you call it. Alright, so 4 attack dice on the mummy. Right, so just a quick recap. In Fantasy Grounds, you can pick up as many dice as you like and roll them, and the outcome will come up in the chat. If you roll a d6, it will give you a d6. But I want to work out skulls, shields, and black shields, so I've made a roll table that does that. Now when it rolls the d6, it then translates those into hero quest icons. So 1 skull. That was pretty lame. Alright, well let's see if he defends it. He's got 4 as well. So I'll set my dice rollers up here in case I want to access them from there. Oh, he defended it. What are the odds? 50-50 really, aren't they? He either does or he doesn't. Okay. Alright, so now I go over here. The barbarian's had his turn. Now that's the wizard's turn. Okay, so let's see. The wizard knows there's no traps along there, so I'm going to use the ordinary dice to roll, to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't really do much else. Actually, well, it's too late now. I've already moved him. But the wizard has a staff, which I've just acquired and completely forgot about. So he could have stood here or here and hit the mummy. Alright, well, lesson learned. A dwarf. Where's the dwarf? Oh, he's all the way over here. Okay. I'm going to leave that door shut for now. Roll some dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 3 left on his move. So now we're looking down this long corridor and see what is there. Whoops, no, wrong one. So we want this one. This is the east hallway. Let's see. Okay, there's no stone blocks. Full visibility. First room has a door, yes, at the bottom, and the second door has a door, yes, in the center. So the first and second are these two. So go back to my assets, access my doors. So we got 1, 2 doors. Second room is in the center, so we'll rotate that, whack it there. And this one is in the bottom. Great, so we'll put it there. Alright, and to finish his turn, he will search for secret doors on the long corridor. No secret doors, okay. Alright, elf. What's the elf equipment? Let's see. Helmet, shield, elixir of life, some spells. Not really a lot he can do. I was surprised the elf didn't start with a bow. Okay. Alright, well I guess he's just going to roll to move. So, get on here to our shortcut. Okay, search for traps along here, but not along here. I was going to move this way, so I think that's fair. Yeah, I lost 1 body point because I looked into a pit. So, change his body points to 5. 1, 2. So the pit trap will be here. So lose 1 body point, place a pit trap on the board, 2 squares in front of your original position, which is 1, 2, where the wizard is. If that is not possible, on the nearest unoccupied square to your hero. So that is there. So where's my pit trap? Alright. silly elf. Okay, it's the mummy's turn. Attack 3. Let's see what damage it does. Oh. Okay, 1 skull. The barbarian has 5 defense, which is massive. And I think, in fact, at some point during this level, I'm going to have to make a roll 6 and roll 7, given that boosts from magic can alter the defense and attack of the higher damage dealing characters and the stronger ones too. It hasn't come up until now, but yeah, I'm gonna potential to roll 7 dice. Alright, come on. Just 1. Oh, you did it. Yep, defended. I mean, so you should, right? You got 5. But that's not always the way it works. Usually it's very unpredictable. Okay. So the mummy's had his turn, he can't move. Skeleton can't move through the mummy. Oh, that was that skeleton. Well, I'll move that one up. This one can't do anything. Zombie will join the queue. And now we get to the barbarian again. Okay. Well, so I've got attack 4. I have to keep all these dice out. So I've got to roll 4 and I'm going to roll 5. And I'll move this combat tracker over here for now. So we'll roll 4. 1 skull. 6, 6, 6. Wow. That's some bad luck. Yeah, 4 dice and you roll 1 skull. Alright. The mummy has 4 defense, so blocks it first shot. You wasted your turn, barbarian. Okay. Wizard. Let's see. Wizard really just... Probably... I mean, he wanted to look around the corner, but I think it's probably more tactical. We know there's no trap, so you can disregard that to move here and attack on the diagonal. I mean, it's not much, but it's something, and it could happen. So, I've had the wizard do the impossible before. Let's see if he can do it today. He'll attack the mummy on the diagonal with his staff. Oh, he hits him! Look at that. I love this game. Against the odds. Alright, but can the mummy defend it? Or is a gentle poke from a feeble man on a diagonal outside the room enough to kill him? Yes, it is. Wow. Well, no wonder you're a mummy. So, mummy is dead. Long live the wizard. Outstanding. Alright. And those are the kind of moments that if you describe them, yeah, people just wouldn't believe you. Or, I don't know. Kind of had to be there, right? Okay, so that's the wizard's turn. The dwarf, who is all the way down here. Gonna try and unlock some more of that. Whoops, I don't want to move that. Come on for a big roll. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, so close. Okay, well, I think I searched for Can't remember if I searched for traps or not. Yeah, well, I'm going to put a tick there. I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, I'll have to check back in the video and tell myself off. Elf, where are you? There you are. Okay. So, roll 7. Okay, so get out of the pit, which you have made a big problem for everyone else. And what are we looking at? We are looking at the west T-junction. So forms a T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible rooms, since we know there's no door here. Let's see. Oh, hello. There's a stone block 18 squares in front of you. Ignore if this square is occupied or unavailable. So there's only 10. So it would be out here somewhere? No. There's no stone block. But there's a few doors, which is great. So this is what I mean. Sometimes there's nothing and then sometimes it opens right up. So one door to the right, which is here. Yeah. What do we need? We need 4 doors, so drag these out ahead of time. Alright, so the first room, just this one, and we'll put it here, not on the stairs. That's right enough. Second door has a room, yes, in the center, which we'll say is here. Whoops. Nice. Third room, that's this one, so we ignore that. Fourth room has a door, no. Fifth room has a door, yes, that's this one here. On the right. Alright, well, that's the way it goes. So those stairs are actually built into the map. It's actually part of a much larger map where the 4 sections join together to form the original HeroQuest layout. But there's actually massive amounts of rooms on all of the perimeters. But for the purposes of SoLoDELVE, I've stuck to the original map for now. Although I will introduce one later on that has extra corridor around here, and I believe these squares are double as well, which really changes up the tactics, because you can't use hedging and pinching as much. You can't block characters in against things and form a barricade as easily as you can with one corridor. So the corridor usage changes up the tactics greatly when you add extra corridors to the map. Anyway, Elf is going to search for secret doors in that corridor. No secret doors. Alright then. Skeleton moves through his body and attack 2. Got a dice roller for that here somewhere. 1 dice, nope. Open it up. Oh. 1 skull, and the barbarian has 5 defense. So it'd be good to laugh, but sometimes the unlikely hits are the worst. Alright, he defended it quite nicely. The other skeleton can do nothing, and the zombie will shuffle up 1 square because, you know, he's a zombie and we don't expect much from them. Barbarian going to attack the skeleton. Let's see. Roll 4. Oh, 3 skulls. You got wrecked, mate. So let's see, which skeleton is that? That's that one. So if you have a lot of creatures on the board, you can actually click on the little icon here, and it will tell you which one it is, so you don't remove the wrong one. And when you have like 6 or 7 Chaos Warriors in a row, it gets tricky. And because I have appended these movement 4, attack 2, defend 3 little tooltips on them, the usual practice of the program appending skeleton 1, skeleton 2 doesn't seem to be working. So I'm thinking possibly I can move this to the front, but it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's not like I have dozens and dozens of monsters like sometimes happens in 5e Dungeons and Dragons, if you're very unlucky. Alright, so this skeleton, no, sorry, not you, you. Alright, remove him. That skeleton will move up and attack the barbarian. Oh, 2 skulls. Danger zone. Oh, 2 white shields. Defends it. Good stuff. And then the zombie will do what zombies do and shuffle forward. Barbarian is going to lay into the skeleton with a 4. Wow. Alright, eyes on the prize next time, mate. That was bad. Well, I guess we're gonna jab the skeleton from the side with the wizard. Oh, he hits him. He hits him. How good is that? That's 2 hits in a row for the wizard. That's got to be a record. Wizard's usually pretty lame in combat. Oh, sneaky bugger defended it. Well, it was a nice try, Gandalf, but not today. The dwarf, still hoping to peer around the corner. I'm gonna roll movement 3. Wow, it's a good thing you didn't want to go far. Okay, so now we have to open up this corridor. This is the east junction. So we have a roller for this. Oh, hello. What's this? Stone block 16 squares in front of you. So this would be rolling for a long corridor. It takes that into account. Obviously there isn't one. 16 is way off the map there, so it doesn't exist. First room, just this one has a door, yes. 4th room has a door. 5th room has a door. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to see, lots of rooms. So we're going to take these doors, and first room has a door on the right. Like so. Fourth room. Get with the program, mate. It's not that hard. Okay, and the 5th room is on the center. Yeah. Alright. That's where it's all hiding. In the center. Okay. Get rid of that. well, the dwarf can't really do too much, so he's going to end his turn searching for traps. And that is a single corridor, no traps. Great stuff. Let's put a little tick there. Maybe I should have smiley faces. Okay, where's the elf? Oh, the elf is here. That's great and all. Let's see what movement he can get. 11. The possibilities are endless. Okay, well, let's search for traps because I don't remember doing that. And he's already taken 1 body point for his stupidity, so no traps in this corridor. Alright, we can mark that as safe. Sounds like Facebook. Marked as safe. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think, I've been thinking about it, but I don't think there is another random hero quest maker that unfolds live as you play. So I'm actually pretty excited to have gotten this far and actually be twitching this, so I don't get a lot of time, but I want to try and make more so that I can unfold this. And I think the stream has almost been going an hour. I'm going to go for another half and call it a day there, and then pick up again maybe Sunday. So let's have a look here. Not many doors here. First, here has one in the center. Okay, well, it is what it is. I don't make the rules. Well, I did, and now I've lost control of them, so. Okay, well, that's the end of the elf's turn. Skeleton. Where's my roll dice? 2. Here we go. Attack the barbarian. Oh, and it's a good swing with his sword. Barbarian's up against it, so 1 white shield, 2 white shields. Absorbed it like Conan. Okay, well, this time the zombie can do nothing but wait for his coffee. Alright, barbarian's turn. He gave you a free shot, Mr. Bones. Now he's going to give you a different type. Oh yeah, that's the end of you, mate. You can't even defend that. Okay, I'll leave the barbarian there as a shield. Now, wizard is kind of stuck because of this pit trap. I need the dwarf to disarm it, or someone with a lucky roll. Alright, I guess I'll just leave the wizard there. Makes the most tactical sense. And I'll find out what's up this way. Obviously I don't want to start opening all the doors like I usually do. Okay, so you can't have a pit trap because you've already searched. So we ignore that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's very slow on the exploration rolls today. Alright, the elf. hope the elf can get down to the bottom and check that out. 2. Nope. So I can't remember if I searched for secret traps, secret doors. I don't think I did. No secret doors. Okay. Fair enough. That's the way it is. Well, gonna go this way. Actually, there's no point in going that way because that's already been searched. So, I guess just wait there. Have to wait for this fight to finish up. Attack 2. I have to keep opening this dice roller. So I'm going to put it there. That's 1, 2, and one of the cool things I can do is actually change the color. So now I know that those are dice rolls for 1 and 2, because I can see 3 and 4. But again, not having 2 screens is a bit of a trouble. Attack the barbarian. Oh, he attacked him good. Beast cleaver. Alright, let's see. 1 white shield. Need another one. There it is. Zombie. So close. And yet, so far. Alright. Barbarian is going to attack the zombie. Oh. That's meant to be 4, so I'll take the last one off. So I got white shield, a skull, and a white shield. So 1 skull. Defend 3. Put the 3rd one there. Make it green. Oh, and he defends. Gives as good as he gets. Fair enough. Wizard will again stay there. Not much. Oh, actually, no. He'll attack. He'll attack. What are you saying? Waste this opportunity to think more carefully about each turn. All right. Come on. Oh, no. Hit thin air that time. Worth a try though. Alright, does the dwarf finally make it up to the top corner? I mean, he has to. Nine. 1, 2. Alright. Alright, we're in the north hallway. We have a roller for that. There's no stone blocks, so full visibility. Second room. So this one has a door. And the 4th one has a door, so 1 door, 2 doors. Oh, there's already a door there. No, I'll just get rid of that one. When you delete tokens, you have to be very careful. Never to click on this one. It will take every single token off the board. Always click to the left. But we don't even want to delete that one, but good to know if you ever use Fantasy Grounds. Done it a few times in setting up, and I've learned my lesson. I have committed it to memory. 4th left. Whoop, there you go that way. Alright. Well, there's quite a few rooms now. So before he starts opening any doors, I'm going to check for secret doors. on a long corridor. No secret doors. Now, this dungeon does not like secrets. Okay, whose turn is it? It is the elf's turn. Can't really do much without opening any of the doors, so I'll just stay there. Zombie attack 2. So that's this one. Oh, 2 skulls. Not too shabby. Can the zombie defend it? No. No, he's out of there. Oh, well played to the wizard and the barbarian. So, I'm gonna roll. A spear trap. I'm going to assume that's as he walks in the door, which is unavoidable. So, all of that combat, all of those missed hits, and then he cops a spear. That's bad luck, isn't it? Anyway, I think the barbarian better search for traps in here. So we're going to go over here. So we're searching for traps in a furnished room. There are no traps in this room. Good to know. So we'll clear that. Put this up here when no one's going to walk into it. The barbarian will end his turn there. The wizard will use ordinary dice because he knows there's no traps. 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly. And we will search for treasure. So, here's our treasure deck. We're going to roll. Oh, that's really bad luck. Okay, so if it was something else besides a hazard, I would tick it to indicate that it was used, and then when the table gets rolled again, that thing doesn't come up. So according to the rules, you take out all the good stuff as it depletes, but you leave in all the wandering monsters and hazards and whatnot. So the more they search, the more chance there is of a negative outcome. Well, what's the hazard? You created a pit. Is that a pit or a shallow hole? I don't think it's a pit. So this room has already proven very dangerous to both of these characters, who survived an onslaught by 4 monsters. An unpredictable game. Alright. Dwarf. Let's see. Need to get to here and see if there's some doors here. Particularly this room. I search for secret doors. I need to search for traps. Long corridor. No traps. So I can use the normal dice. 6. I'm starting to think the dwarf might be drunk. He's taking a very long time to get anywhere. The elf. Not really sure what the elf should do. Stay where he is for now. Since he would have to, actually maybe he can explore this way. He might beat the dwarf there. So we'll roll 2 normal dice. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not opening any doors at the moment. I have to pick which one I want to open. Since it's completely random, I have no idea which is the best one to open. Barbarian is going to search this room for treasure. A wandering monster. The luck. The bad luck. Alright. So we have wandering monster. This is low level ones. I don't have a high level one because I haven't gotten there yet. An orc. An orc. Okay, so I need to move all these tables out of the way. Which are burying my encounter table. Find an... oh no, not that one. NPCs. Find an orc. Drag it on here. And then drag it onto the map. Well, that's not likely, is it? So we'll put it here. And he's going to attack the barbarian with, what is it? 3 attack. Wow, guess he was just sort of ambling past, took a swing, wasn't really committed. Well, buddy, you're going to get committed when it's his next turn. Alright, the wizard can't really do much. I will search for secret doors, let's see. Oh, hello. Hello. You find a secret door on the wall in the east. And you notice how it says near? That's just say if there's discrepancy over which east I mean. Near means closest, the east closest to the player that rolled. So that would be here instead of here, but either is good. Frankly, I'm amazed there's a secret door, but that's great. So maybe the wizard will beat the dwarf after all his hard work to this corridor. Oh, how cool is that? Completely random, folks. Layouts are just awesome. I've only had one that I really had to modify, and not too much. So far the system seems to be working. Alright, apart from that, nothing to do. Why is the orc gone opaque? There we go. Searched along there. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is the north T-junction. We want to work out if there's a door here and here. We know there isn't one there. Oh, hello. There's a stone block, 13 squares in front. No, ignore that. First room has a door. Yes, in the center. Excellent. Zoom in a little. Rotate that. Okay. Great. And the second door, we ignore that. Third room has a door, yes, at the top. So that's a different wall. And that's, we'll say that's at the top, so interesting. Especially if both doors open inwards. Be some interesting encounters there with the monsters that live there. few black eyes from time to time. Let's see, dwarf will end his turn searching for traps in that double corridor. No traps in this corridor. Alright. This is a fairly trap-free environment. Put that there. Alright. The elf. Where's the elf? The elf is there. So the only doors left to find are along this side. Let's see if there are any. 4. Well, that's just enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to roll the corner, which is this table. There's no stone blocks. A has a door here in the center. Okay. Awesome. So put that there. Oops. Sometimes get the rotate and the size scaling buttons mixed up. B has a door. No. C, no, we ignore that. Does D have a door? That's this one. Covered by the... Yes, it does have a door. Here. Excellent. I love that. More rooms the better. How cool is this? It's the build hero quest inside of Core RPG. Randomized things. I'm a map maker and a token maker, so that's not a problem. I know enough about Fantasy Grounds. I used to DM as Dungeon Master to use the roll tables to make these sorts of things. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Tables seem to be working. It's not, you know, overly generous with the doors. It's not overly stingy. Traps are fairly well balanced. And I have no idea what's going to happen. So it's like being the evil wizard and the players all in one, but still having that element of surprise, which I think is quite the achievement. And I'm pretty proud of that. Now, it is the orc's turn. Gonna attack 3. One, 2, 1 skull. One skull, and he's got defense 5. Oh, well, that's defended. Well defended. And now it's payback. 1 skull, 2 skulls, 3 skulls. You're out of there. Wow. That was pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to save. I'm going to play for another 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to choose one of these doors to open. And going to choose this one. What room is that? That is room number 16. Well, let's see if I make it there. Oh, no. 3. Okay. Well, make our way there slowly. Got to do something about this pit trap. I need to get rid of that. Well, I guess the wizard is probably best to stay there until, well, I guess I need to set him up on the diagonal. Gotta think strategically. Alright, so we'll roll normally for him. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The dwarf needs to do something about this pit, which is gonna ruin everyone's day. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go this way. Just try and disarm this thing. Well, I guess the elf can go down here and search for traps. Make sure that square's not trapped. If he can make it 9. Good. And it's not really a long corridor. No traps, that's good. So on his next turn he can sneak through here and avoid the pit. Now I think I'll move everyone in place before I open this door and have no idea what's on the other side. There's a possible 50 encounters. It's completely random, and it could be 5 Chaos Warriors, it could be 1 skeleton. I have no way of knowing. And sometimes, if you're not prepared, you get eaten alive. Alright, so I'm going to put him there in preparation for his next turn. I'm just going to move the wizard there, because you can roll a minimum of 2, so moving 1 square is fine. So now you can attack on the diagonal. I don't think anyone else can, so not much point doing much else there. Dwarf, I'm hoping can get to that trap today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, now so from what I remember, I think he has to roll 1 dice, and if it's a black shield, it goes off, and if it's not a black shield, it's disarmed. So good luck. Alright. Well done. Good job. And the elf is really just mucking about. Oh, he gets a 12. That's good. Just the quickest way. It's hard to say. I've got to put that door back though. Hard to say. I'm just going to go through the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to search for treasure, because I really need a potion of healing. I haven't had a potion of healing the entire game. And I mean the previous 3 levels as well. Gold. Okay, so I'll give that a tick, and now you can see it's been taken off the chart. And I'll open up the elf's sheet. I'll go to his inventory, and I'll just drag this little pin over here. And bang, he's got gold. Now it won't auto-populate this. I'll have to do that later at the end of the game, but it makes it very easy to get on there. Same with the spells, as you can see. You know, the wizard gets 9 at the start. So instead of just dragging 1 item, you can actually drag parcels, which will enable me to drag all 3 of these into the wizard and give him 9 spells very quickly. And if you want to delete them, you tick this little brown thing, and this red eye comes up and you can click on that and it will delete the item. So pretty easy to handle the inventory side of things, that's for sure. Okay, so the elf found some gold. That's okay. I mean, I would have preferred potion of healing, but I mean they're pretty rare, so I get it. Let's see how long we've got. We've got 7 minutes, so I think we're going to open this door and we're going to see what's inside, and if it's a combat we will play it out, and then I'll end the stream there. So we're going to go to our room roller. This is a 3x5. Okay, so you can see here, room tile S. That door doesn't exist, as we've already seen along this corridor. But there's an encounter in here of encounter 44. Okay, well, looks like there's a fight about to happen. So let's go to our rooms, find S, and this is probably one of my favorite parts about this whole setup is doing this. There's something very satisfying about it clicking into place like that. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoy it. Let's see. Need to get to my encounters over here. Scroll down and find encounter 44. Oh, all that build up and it's just a skeleton. Well, I'm just going to place them in the middle of the room. Oh no, I'm not, see? So you can't place them there until you put them in the tracker. I'm going to place him in the middle of the room, like this sad fellow he is. And that's what I mean by token stacking. So I tried to grab the door and it grabbed the mat. And now I have to rebuild it. So first, I'm going to get rid of that door. I'm going to move the skeleton out of the way. I'm going to get rid of that pin. I'm going to put the mat back. Get the skeleton on top. And then I've got to put an open doorway. Maybe there's a secret door in here to take me through to the other room. Maybe there isn't. Still, that was rather an anticlimax, wasn't it? Oh well. Let's see. Barbarian is going to move 8. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attack with 4. Where's my 4 dice? Here it is. Not your best effort, to be fair. Skeleton has a chance to defend against 1 skull. Oh, and he does. What a badass. Okay. Now, there are 2 plays here. I could have the wizard run in and try and poke him with his staff, which would be pretty courageous, but it could also be pretty foolhardy if he misses. So I'm going to move the wizard back, and I know the skeleton can only move so far, so I'm going to move back this way, and then the dwarf can move in front. And this is the ideal way to play Hero Quest. Yeah, essentially playing very pretty mobile chess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you have to be very strategic about where you move the pieces, or you'll lose them, because the dice take no prisoners. The elf will do what elves do what this elf does, and just muck around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and block off the wizard. So you always want to protect your wizard, I think. He's the weakest of the characters. He can do a lot of damage, but only if you keep him safe. So going in and attacking the skeleton, while it would have been cool, it would have also been extremely dangerous. Yep, this is my second room that I've opened, so the last thing I want to do is deplete my wizard really quickly. Alright. Go on, Skellington, see what you got. Oh, you got nothing. You got nothing. Big swing with the barbarian and his battle axe. 2 skulls. 2 skulls. It'd be a miracle if the skeleton defends that. Came close, but not close enough. Alright. So, gonna mark the barbarian there. Gonna save. So, just a quick recap. We have a lot of doors in the center, around the edges, over here. Not so much on this side. This side's pretty barren. But a lot of action for my next stream, which will likely be on Sunday. And if you miss it, it'll be on YouTube, all things going well. So thank you very much to the person that joined me for my stream. Excuse me. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much, and maybe I will see you for the next one. Thank you.